You know that little voice inside?
Hmm.
Sometimes it's cheering you on, like, yeah, go for it.
Hmm.
And other times, maybe more often, it's kind of saying, probably not you.
Yeah, that negative one can be loud.
Right. So today, we're really digging into how to turn up the volume on the good voice.
Mhm.
We're going to unpack positive self-talk and also this really interesting method called the mirror technique.
Exactly. We look through all those articles and bits you sent, psychology stuff, stories from like athletes and high achievers.
Yeah, a real mix.
And the mission here is to pull out the practical stuff. The actionable things you can actually use to feel more confident, starting, well, right now.
Perfect. We want to make this super useful for daily life, especially, for folks listening here in the U.S.
That's the plan. Real tools, real examples.
Okay, so let's start with the basics, how we talk to ourselves.
Yeah.
Sounds simple, maybe?
But it's huge.
It really is. Some of the studies you flagged, they mentioned, like over 70% of our internal chat can lean negative.
It's kind of staggering when you think about it that way. Imagine hearing you're not good enough or you'll mess this up on repeat all day.
Yeah. And the sources were clear. That directly hits your confidence, right? It affects the decisions you make.
Totally. Big or small.
Yeah.
Speaking up at work, trying that new recipe, whatever, it even shapes your idea of success.
And the core idea seems to be your brain kind of believes what you keep telling it.
Exactly. It starts looking for proof. If you're feeding it, I am capable, it'll, start noticing evidence for that.
But if it's, I'm a failure,
Then, unfortunately, yeah, it find evidence for that too. It becomes this like loop.
a self-fulfilling prophecy almost.
Pretty much. And that's where positive affirmations come in, something those articles definitely talked about.
Right. The idea of consciously saying positive things.
Yeah. The theory is by doing that deliberately, repeatedly, you can start to sort of rewire those old negative pathways. You're training your brain, basically, your
Yeah.
subconscious.
But, okay, here's the thing that came up in some of the stories you sent. Just saying stuff in your head sometimes feels, I don't know, fake.
A little disconnected, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at first, might not really land.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which leads us perfectly into this mirror technique thing that kept popping up.
Yes. The mirror technique, it takes those affirmations and makes them, well, more potent. It adds seeing and hearing.
And you mentioned some big names use it, like athletes, CEOs.
Yeah, the examples included people like Will Smith, Oprah, folks known for, achieving a lot. It seems to be a tool they use to really solidify that self-belief.
Okay, walk us through it. Someone's listening, maybe driving or washing dishes.
Yeah.
How do they do this?
Okay, super simple. Step 1, stand in front of a mirror.
Got it.
Step 2, and this is important, really look yourself in the eye. Make proper eye contact.
Ooh, okay. I can see how that might feel. A bit weird.
It totally can, especially the first few times. It feels intense, maybe uncomfortable, but, stick with it. Hold that gaze.
Right, push through the awkwardness. Then
And-
what?
Then you say your positive affirmations out loud. And key point here, say them with conviction. Really try to feel it.
Not just mumbling.
Exactly. Don't just read them off. So maybe it's, I am confident, or I deserve success, or, I believe in myself. Something that resonates with you and what you're working on.
Okay, I am confident. I deserve success. And holding that eye contact the whole time.
Yep. Keep looking at yourself. The whole idea, the sort of why behind it, is that seeing yourself and hearing yourself say these positive things, it helps your brain accept them as true.
Ah, okay, so it's like you're giving your brain more evidence, visual and auditory.
Precisely. It bypasses some of that internal doubt. That critic, one source called it like hacking your self-doubt. You're providing direct sensory proof.
That makes a ton of sense. Thinking it is one thing, but seeing and hearing yourself declare it, that feels different, more real.
It does. Adds a layer of commitment almost.
And one article suggested, trying it for 21 days, 3 weeks?
Yeah, that's a common suggestion for habit formation. Consistency seems to be the key takeaway from the research. Doing it regularly gives it a chance to actually work, for you to notice that shift.
Okay, so we've got positive affirmations boosted by the mirror technique. But, what about when those negative thoughts just pop up? Oh, great, I'm going to blow this presentation.
Ah, yes. The enemy of confidence, as one source put it. That spontaneous negative self-talk.
It can really derail things.
It absolutely can, but there's a practical process for tackling it. One of the psychology articles laid out a neat 3-step approach.
Okay, good. Let's break that down. How do we fight back against that inner critic?
Step 1 is catch it. Just notice when it happens. Become aware of those self-critical thoughts bubbling up.
Like tuning into that background static.
Exactly. Maybe you notice that knot in your stomach before a meeting or that instant, I can't do this thought. Just recognize it.
Okay, awareness first. That can take practice, I imagine. Those thoughts are sneaky.
It definitely takes practice. But once you catch it, step 2 is challenge it. Question the thought. Ask yourself, hang on, is this really true? Like 100% true?
Hmm.
Do I always mess up?
Right. What's the actual evidence here? Often, those blanket negative statements crumble under a little scrutiny. They're usually based on old fears, not current reality.
Okay, so catch it, challenge it by questioning its truthfulness. What's step 3?
Step 3, replace it. Consciously swap out that negative thought for something more positive, or at least more realistic and constructive.
Ah, so bring the positive affirmations back in.
Exactly. Don't just leave the negative thought hanging there after you've challenged it. Actively substitute it.
Can you give us a quick everyday example, like for someone maybe worried about, I don't know, a job interview here in the U.S.?
Sure. Okay, so the thought pops up. I'm going to bomb this interview. Catch it.
Okay.
Then challenge it. Wait, is that guaranteed?
Uh,
Have I bombed every single interview I've ever had? No. What skills do I have?
Right, get specific. Then replace it. I'm going to bomb it with something like, okay, I'm prepared. I know my stuff. I'll do my best to show them what I can do. Or even, whatever happens, this is good practice.
That feels much more empowering. Shifting from guaranteed failure to like potential and preparation.
Exactly. And the key, again, is practice. The more you do this catch, challenge, replace routine, the more automatic that positive reframing becomes.
Okay, I like this. It feels really actionable. So maybe it's time for a challenge for everyone listening.
Yes. Let's put this into action. A little confidence challenge, combining both the mirror technique and tackling that negative self-talk.
All right, here's the deal. Starting tomorrow morning, try this. Go to the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and say 3 powerful affirmations out loud.
Maybe write them down first if that helps. Put them on a sticky note by the mirror.
Good idea. And then throughout your day at work, running errands, whatever, really try to listen for that negative inner voice.
When you hear it, use the 3 steps. Pause, catch it, question it, challenge it, and then consciously replace it with something better.
And hey, let's make this interactive. Head over to the comments wherever you're listening and share just one affirmation you're committing to trying out. Let's get some positive energy going.
Right idea.
I'll start. Mine for the next few days is going to be, I am capable of handling challenges with grace. Okay, your turn in the comments.
Love it. And remember, folks, this isn't about suddenly becoming, like, perfectly confident overnight. That's not realistic.
Totally. It's about self-trust, right?
Yeah.
Building that
Yep.
belief in yourself step by step.
Exactly. Keep using the mirror technique. Keep practicing catching and replacing those thoughts. It's an ongoing process.
So the big takeaway maybe is just be kinder to yourself in that internal conversation.
Yeah. Speak kindly to yourself because, well, you're always listening, right?
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Think about how shaping that inner dialogue, using these techniques, could really change how you feel and how you show up in the world.
It really can make a difference.
Awesome. Well, thanks for digging into this with us today. Lots of food for thought there about the power of our own voice.